What is up, YouTube family? Thank you guys for tuning back into Wilburn Shenanigans. My name is Chad, and this is
B.
And we are back with another great reaction. Today we are headed into SpongeBob adult jokes. So this is a bunch of adult jokes we maybe missed as a kid. You know, we probably didn't catch it. We watched them as little youngins and didn't, really catch it. Now as adults, when we watch, you like, dang, I was watching this.
I'm kind of excited to see what they are.
I'm about to see too.
Because I'm like, I feel like I've watched every episode, so I'm like, did I catch it or not?
I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 jokes only adults would get in SpongeBob SquarePants. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're focusing on those jokes from the children's cartoon that were probably written in more for the parents watching the show than the target audience. Number 10, blowing balloons.
Oh, Squidward's not at his post!
What do you do to help out your coworker who's fallen asleep on the job? Naturally, you blow up some balloons that you just so happen to have on hand and create a balloon animal likeness of them to take their place. At least that was SpongeBob's bright idea when Squidward was neglecting the cash register.
Okay, but there is balloons that are like that, though, the color ones.
The long, transparent balloons in question resemble
They could have been
condoms.
another color, though.
Worse still is the image through the kitchen window of the balloons expanding as he blows them up.
There's something missing.
They do like condoms. That's the first thing I thought about when I seen it.
Well, I mean, I did
Number
too, but
9,
I'm like, what about the
French
clown balloons
tickler.
that you use?
She will never reach you. She must first pass through the 4 floors of fear.
Speaking of condoms, SpongeBob and Sandy have a run-in on Karate Island with a villain named the Tickler, who just happens to be French.
You cannot pass unless you defeat me, the Tickler, and my Iron Finger style.
His name in and of itself sounds pretty inappropriate without even knowing that French Tickler is a type of condom designed to enhance the experience of the person, let's say, getting tickled. That reference probably went over the heads of the kids watching. But not to worry, there was also the image of his giant hand tickling devices to scar them for life.
I could use a wet bath.
Number 8, sorry about the scabies.
Hello, my birthday cake.
Okay, they weren't even trying to be subtle with this one. Poor SpongeBob has spread himself too thin, promising to help Mr. Krabs fix his telescope, assist Sandy with a science presentation, and attend Patrick's birthday party and buy the cake.
Okay.
SpongeBob finds himself in a Mrs. Doubtfire kind of situation, running back and forth between the three. He forgets to pick up the cake for Patrick's birthday, and in his
naked?
last-minute search for one, he can only find one with icing that reads, "Sorry about the scabies." There's no good way to apologize to someone for transmitting an adult disease.
Scabies?
So why
What's
not
that?
a cake, we guess.
A disease is nasty. Just put it that way.
Yeah, neither do I.
Number
Never heard of
7,
it.
here lies Squidward's hopes and dreams.
I've seen this one.
Adulting is hard. No one knows that more than Squidward Tentacles. Spending the rest of his life as a cashier at the Krusty Krab is definitely not what
Ooh, they
Squidward
throw
had
tomatoes at him?
planned when he was dreaming of being a famous clarinet player. In this episode, the very literal interpretation of Squidward experiencing the death of his hopes and dreams is definitely intended for adults watching the show. Mr. Krabs spots Squidward mourning a grave at the cemetery, and when he goes to take a look, the gravestone reads, "Here lies Squidward's hopes and dreams."
What a baby.
Number 6, SpongeBob's nose.
I'm down here, sir.
The astonishing amount of penis jokes that made it onto this kid's show could warrant a list all their own.
Wow.
Representing them on this list is the time SpongeBob's nose popped up from the ground outside the Krusty Krab. At least we hope it was his nose. Upon Squidward's request, SpongeBob buries himself in the ground. And when Mr. Krabs comes looking for him, SpongeBob shows himself by shooting the tip of his long nose out from underground.
Squidward said I could help by burying myself.
The moment passes by pretty quickly,
I'm just
so it
lying.
might
Why
not
would
have
you
even
think that?
registered on a first watch that SpongeBob's protruding nose resembles another elongated part of the male
Y'all
anatomy.
just nasty.
They reaching far now,
Man, y'all just nasty because
And he grabbed it by his nose when he came out.
Number 5, exchanging money.
Well, Patrick, here it is. The Palace of Pranks.
Talk about a prank gone wrong. When SpongeBob and Patrick discover a prank shop, things get a little out of hand.
I seen this
They get their hands
episode.
on a can of invisibility spray and decide to pull the ultimate prank. The only problem is, the invisibility paint stains clothes. So they strip down to their birthday suits, turn each other invisible, and terrorize the town.
Oh, guys!
I'm confused.
They get their comeuppance when Mr. Krabs catches them with their pants down. the paint wears off, and they're left standing almost completely nude holding a dollar bill. What's actually a completely innocent moment ends up looking like these two friends exchanging the dollar for some services.
I know not these names of which you speak.
Number 4. SpongeBob, Patrick, and Mr. Krabs' Panty Raid.
I guess you're gonna miss the panty raid.
The what?
That's right, a panty raid. Most of the dirty jokes on this show are hidden behind a thin veil, but sometimes they forget the veil entirely. Mr. Krabs spends an underwhelming wild night out with SpongeBob and Patrick in an attempt to reclaim his youth. The night goes from harmless fun to actual criminal behavior when they go on a panty raid. Just in case you're not sure what this means, Mr. Krabs is sure to provide a detailed description.
And you're talking about raiding their dressers? For
What
their
the heck?
underpants, right?
Oh yeah.
They actually break
That
into
one,
someone's
okay, that's
house
in
by
the door.
climbing through her window with a ladder.
I mean, I've
Thankfully,
never even
Mr.
heard of
Krabs
stealing
gets what he
panties.
deserves when it
Is that his
turns out
daughter?
It's his mother's house.
Oh, his mother.
And she gives him an earful.
Go to your room, mister. You're grounded for the rest of the night.
Yes, Mommy.
Number 3. Don't
Gary
drop the
takes a
doubloons.
bath.
Now, Gary, we can do this the hard way or the easy way. Or the medium way.
Dropping the veil yet again, SpongeBob makes a very obvious prison sex joke in this classic moment. It's bath time, but Gary the Snail doesn't want to get in the tub. So SpongeBob tries to con him by pretending that the bathtub is a treasure chest, and the bars of soap are doubloons.
Look, doubloons. Don't drop them.
We all know what the subtext behind the phrase "don't drop the soap" means. So when SpongeBob advises Gary with a
Thought
wink
that-
and a
Okay,
smile
I
not
give
to
him
drop
that
the
one.
doubloons, there is no masking this very adult reference.
Now, why don't you just get in the tub?
Get in the tub.
Number 2. Sailor
Sailor
talk.
talk.
Oh, hey, I think I know what that means. That's one of those sentence enhancers.
SpongeBob and Patrick have really done it this time.
I remember this episode.
In their innocent idiocy, the
Did
two
he lose his
besties
license
learn
or
some
something
new
like that?
words from some writing on the
Crabs
dumpster
is a-
behind the Krusty Krab.
Oh,
Much
and then it's like the little
children,
whale
They
thing?
don't understand the true
Or
meaning of their
dolphin?
new vocabulary words, and just think saying them makes them sound cool.
Hello, customers. Nice day we're having, huh?
That iconic dolphin censorship
wonder which
sound
one
isn't
was it?
fooling anyone, though. We all know why the town is so antagonized by the boys' sailor talk.
Let's go somewhere more family-oriented.
At least the boys learn their lesson when Mrs. Krabs finds out and punishes them. That is, before she stubs her toe and unleashes her own expansive vocabulary. Tartar sauce.
Yow! Mate. Foot!
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
This is the hardest part of every parent's life, I assume.
Despite all we've been through, it was worth it.
Yeah. Let's have another.
That's it. Patrick, your genius is showing.
Where?
Sorry, Sandy, I have to go get my haircut.
SpongeBob doesn't have hair? Or does he?
Number 1. SpongeBob watches Sea Anemone.
Oh.
SpongeBob is a pretty excitable guy, but there's only one thing he could have been watching quite this excitedly.
At night.
While flipping through the channels, SpongeBob stops when he comes across a dancing sea anemone. Something about the way SpongeBob
turns
lights up
channel.
while watching this is the first indicator that the sea anemone might be doing something a little more racy than just dancing. The second indicator is when Gary walks into the room and SpongeBob changes the channel in a panic, claiming he was just looking for the sports channel. Sure, SpongeBob, the sports channel. We believe you. Clearly, SpongeBob was watching sea porn.
I was just looking for the sports channel,
People are
Gary.
really.
Oh my god.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips.
I feel like some of y'all was just reaching.
Yeah, some was like Mr. Krabs pulled him out the ground with his nose, so that's reaching real far. But I do believe there's a lot in there that they had. Like when he said,
Well, I think it's like certain cartoon movies or kids movies, and like you're watching it with your kids, and then you're like, like, you catch it, and you're like, what the heck? I think it's just more or less because they know 9 times out of 10, parents are watching with the kids, so they kind of want the parents to enjoy themselves too. Because we've seen some kid movies, and we're like remember Sausage Party? We thought that was a kids movie, and like the first 5 minutes, we're like, no.
but
And it was
like,
funny because we had a friend, and they took their kids to go see it, and they was like, we had to walk out. I was like,
it was rated R though. Like it was rated R.
I mean, but
There is no kids movie.
I never checked that.
I do. I don't
Oh.
just like it was rated R. People should have caught that. Like it's
Yeah.
rated R. It ain't no. If you getting your ticket and you walk up there and you can't buy it under 17,
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, but
that one was just people were just slow on that. I mean,
excuse the sniffles in the back. That's her daughter. She has allergies.
But the whole SpongeBob, like the nose, and then when Patrick was like, he's like, your genius is showing. Do you really rewind it? Like the rhyme genius is showing, and he covered his. Yes. So it is some little things in there, you know, that you gotta point out.
I wonder what the cuss word was. Means like crab is a beep. I wonder what it was.
I'm pretty sure the B word.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then SpongeBob, my effing, that's definitely what he was saying. Have a nice effing day is what he was saying. That's exactly what was going on. Mm-hmm. But that was cool to check out. Thank you guys for tuning back in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. We'll see you in our next video.